What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for today. Now, yesterday we do hit this 8.75x. I kind of went over this in yesterday's video a little bit. If you guys remember yesterday's video, I showed you guys this here, and we did hit this another 8.75x from yesterday's video, 2.8x, and I kind of talked about this one towards the end of as I was going over all the picks, and I said this one is looking really good and looks like it is going to hit, and it does end up hitting by a really nice margin here. This guy gets 12 kills. This guy gets 7 kills, and we can get into that. But you will see another 8.75x for the VIP here, which is nice to see. Again, this happened pretty much right after I released yesterday's video, so that is nice to see there. And then yesterday's YouTube pick was right here with Kevin McGonigal, and then we had both of these guys in soccer, and I took the overs for these soccer players. And as you guys will see, the soccer players do hit over together. So think about the past couple of days, even on this channel, right? I took the overs on the San Diego players, and the guys go under together because they have less possession. Now, if we look at Corinthians, which is what this team is, you will see that Corinthians actually had 60% possession. Okay, so they had a lot of possession in comparison to the other team. So because they have so much possession, both their guys go over. Now, they had 60% possession, which is a decent amount, but it's not like it's 80% or 70%. So these guys go over by about 10-ish passes, something like that, right? If we would have saw them have maybe 80% possession or 85% possession, which would be something that would be pretty unlikely, but if we did see that happen, then they would have went over by maybe 30 or 40 passes, right? If they only had 40% possession or 35% possession, then these guys probably would have only got like half their line, right? So again, the possession of this team really matters. If they have a lot of possession, both these guys are going to go over and vice versa. Now, this guy gets one hit. He was extremely close to getting a double, okay? He pretty much gets tagged out at second base, very close. I think they review it even, and if he does get a double, he would have hit over. And the game was also tied at 3-3 going into the 9th inning, and if the game does get tied and it does go into extra time, he would have had one more chance at bat, and maybe he would have went over. But again, he does miss at 3 here. It was a good call. The reason why it was a good call is not because of the double or anything like that. The reason why it was a good call is because we took a player that had a green goblin line at 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, and we took him at 5.5 hitter fantasy score, and that is a really good strategy to use in MLB, right? And I talked about this again in yesterday's video. So again, it was close. He almost had a double. He could have went into extra time and got another hit or something like that maybe, but he doesn't hit. And you'll see here the past, I think, like 3 videos, if you don't count yesterday, we have hit the MLB play pretty much every day. And then the soccer plays, and I think we had a League of Legends play sprinkled in there, was not hitting. And then we hit the soccer play yesterday, and now the MLB play did not hit, okay? So we've kind of just been flip-flopping around. We just need everything to hit all at once, right? That's the name of the game on PrizePicks. So, it kind of is what it is, guys. We've been having some soccer, correlation hit, some soccer correlation miss. The MLB plays have been doing really well, but this guy, unfortunately, does not get his 5.5 or more than he needs. And then you will see the rest of the picks right here that these guys in Valorant. This was a very short game. I watched it. It was about I think the first game was like 13-3, and then the second game was like 13-2 or something like that. So both of these guys, or all of these guys, go under together, and that is because it's a short game in Valorant. Again, this team right here ends up dominating the match. They end up winning by a huge margin in this game. And this team is called IMBR. And it doesn't matter, though. It doesn't matter whether you win or lose in Valorant. What matters is that if the game is a longer game, you're going to get more kills. If the game is a shorter game, you're going to get less kills, okay? So overtime and stuff like that, that's going to mean more kills for you in Valorant. And if it's a short game, then that's going to mean less kills for you, okay? So that is how Valorant is correlated. And then League of Legends also very correlated together. You will see here. So I paired up League of Legends together with Valorant. Unfortunately, the Valorant combination goes opposite correlation, and then the League of Legends correlation does hit, okay? So, that is how it works here, guys. We use correlation to hit plays together. So sometimes it's all going to hit together like this, right? We took soccer correlation right here and League of Legends correlation, and both of the correlations hit. And instead of needing 4 separate things needing to happen, if we look at this entry right here, instead of needing, a WNBA play to hit and an NHL play to hit and an NBA play and an NFL play, all we needed is a winning game right here by this team, and we needed high possession by this team. And that's exactly what happened. We needed 2 things to happen for 4 separate things to hit, and we hit a 8.75x because of it, okay? And getting into this game, guys, with BIG versus, I think their name, Einrich or something like that, Frankfurt. which is right here, you will see that the first game was 29-24, so it was a close game, and these guys literally hit within the first game, right? This guy gets 5 kills, this guy gets 9 kills, and they go over because they end up winning the game. Now, this team was not favored at all. The BIG team was like they were like minus 1,000 favorites in this game, and they do end up winning the game anyway, so they end up winning 2-1, but it doesn't matter. We just needed this Frankfurt team to win one game, and that's exactly what they do. They win one game. In that one game, everyone goes over. The second game was 24-15. The third game doesn't matter, but it's 24-18. And then I think we can look at this game too, but this game right here, we did miss by a couple of kills. And you'll see the same thing sort of where we miss, or game 1, this team does end up losing. Hong Q gets 3 kills. Junji gets 2 kills. So these are the 2 guys we bet on. So they go under in the game that they do not get many kills in the game they lose. Pretty much what I'm trying to say, right? 22-13. You'll see the losing team gets a lot less kills than the winning team. And the second game, a complete vice versa, a complete flip. JD Gaming goes ahead and gets 20 kills. The other team only gets 9 kills, and you'll see Hong Q gets 6 kills in that game, okay? So again, when you win, you're going to get a lot of kills. When you lose, you're not going to get as many kills. And Hong Q did just end up having a really good game in that second game, all right? So again, this is what correlation is, guys. This is how we bet. This is how we've been betting over the past 2.5 years. We're up more than 1,000 units doing so. You'll see here, I have videos on this channel explaining this stuff every single day. So if something clicked in your mind, hey, you can actually pair up guys together, and instead of needing multiple things to happen, you just need one thing to happen. You just need high possession or something like that. That is something that a lot of people in their minds click for them for the first time watching this channel. And that's amazing to see, because this is how you actually profit on PrizePicks, right? You need things to hit together. So why would you not take things that are going to hit together in the first place? Like guys on the same team, girls on the same team, players on the same team that are going to go over or under together, okay? So far this year, guys, we're up about 227 units. I showed you guys this yesterday that over like the past 24 hours, we were up. On the week, we were down, but then on the month, we were up 100 units, all right? And this is a really good slide to talk about the VIP and the ups and downs of things, right? This is sports betting, guys. We're going to have some ups, some downs. This is all part of the game. And this is from yesterday's video even, so I haven't updated this, but again, this is a really good slide to understand that there's going to be ups and downs in this game. You're not going to win every day. You're not going to win every week. But over a long period of time, and I'm talking about hundreds, even thousands of bets, we are going to win, right? We have an edge, and this is how you win long term, right? In sports betting, there's nothing guaranteed about it. All you need to do is you need to find an edge that you can pretty much utilize over and over and over again over a long period of time, and this is exactly what we have, right? Even the best sports bettors in the world are not going to be able to profit every day. All they're looking for is that slight edge they have over the sports books, and we've had this edge for about 2.5 years, and we're going to continue having this edge, okay? So let's get into the first pick of the day, which is going to be a better discount. Better discount's kind of been a little bit not so great recently. Not really the discounts. Some of the discounts have, some of the discounts haven't. The better entries haven't really been hitting. You know, guys, these are eventually going to hit, right? These are discounts where guys are reduce their lines, right? So their lines are normally, like, for example, Logan Webb, his line's at 6, now his line's at 4.5. So these are profitable EV positive plays over a long period of time. These are 3Xs, and I use these discounts. We're going to use these discounts to make hundreds of dollars a month just using these discounts alone, right? So Logan Webb is discounted down to 4.5. That is a massive, massive discount, right? So again, if you want to take Logan Webb on PrizePicks, you're going to have to get him at the price of 6, which is much, much different than 4.5, right? He could get 5 pitcher strikeouts, and he would go ahead and hit on better, and he could get 6 and he would hit on better, but he would push on PrizePicks, okay? So 4.5, amazing there. This is a discount that you would only get on better. Better has about 2 to 3 discounts a day. Sleeper has about 2 to 3 discounts a day. We utilize these discounts to make money long term, and these are just simple entries you need to play every single day, right? It's almost like, you know, waking up and brushing your teeth, right? You just set it and forget it. You do it every day, and over a long period of time, you're going to see the benefits of it, okay? And then Zenny is the second pick. This game is, I believe, on Sunday morning, and he is going to go over 6 kills is what we're taking him as right here on Shopify Rebellion, and this is in League of Legends. The only thing about Better that I do not like is that they do not show you guys the sport that these guys are playing in, right? So it's hard to tell if these guys are playing in League of Legends or Valorant or Counter-Strike, but this guy is in League of Legends here. Over 6 kills is what I'm going with. If you do want to get into the VIP for free, guys, or less than 10 bucks, I should say, there's a number of apps you guys can sign up with, okay? So you can sign up for NOVIG, for ONYX Odds, for Dabble, for Sleeper, for BETR, for Rebet, for Underdog Fantasy, for Kalshi, right? So all of these apps, Bovada is another one you guys can sign up for. Just text me, guys. My number is right here on the screen. I will get you guys 1 month to 2 months free of the VIP for signing up. My code is Detective on all of these apps except Sleeper. On Sleeper, my code is actually paid, okay? So any of these apps, for BETR, for example, it's just a $5 deposit. For NOVIG, it's a $5 deposit. So you put in $5-10 bucks into these apps, you get a month or two free of the VIP. Very simply, okay? So go ahead and do that. Text me and I'll get you into the VIP for a month or two free. If you're a current member of the VIP, or you've been in the VIP maybe in the past month, maybe your subscription fell off, you can also do this and I can add time to your subscription, okay? So it's not just for people who have never been in the VIP. If you're currently in the VIP, if you paid for a pass, whatever it is, I can add months onto your subscription by signing up for these apps, okay? So let's get into the second pick of the day, which is going to be on PrizePicks, guys. We do have Leonardo Gil to go over, and we have Lucas Carrazzo to go over as well, right? So again, not to reinvent the wheel, not to re-explain things as I always do, guys. We have two players on this Huracan team, and then we have they're facing this Banfield team, okay? Huracan, much better possession team than Banfield. Everything about this play I love, okay? I actually posted this to the VIP, and I believe I paired it up with a League of Legends play that ended up happening this morning. It did not hit. So I'm retaking this, so to speak. And even on my VIP, I said, guys, I love the soccer part of this play, okay? Love the soccer part of this play. Leonardo, a lot of times versus teams as bad at possession as Banfield, he's getting 70 to 80 passes, guys. Really, really amazing play. I think these guys should soar over and get a lot of possession in tonight's game, okay? So again, more possession. This is all we care about, right? We care about possession. If there's one word to think about in soccer, it is possession, okay? Possession, possession, possession. More possession, if a team has more possession, so this Huracan team has more possession, these guys should go over together. If Huracan has less possession, these guys should go under together, okay? So again, it is the concept of correlation. It's the concept of two birds with one stone. Instead of needing two separate things needing to happen, we need one thing to happen. We need high possession from Huracan. If that happens, these guys should both hit. If we do not have that, then these guys should both miss. And that's exactly what's happened even the past couple of days on these videos with San Diego. They had less possession, so they both miss. They go under. And then with the other team that we bet on yesterday, I forget, Remo versus Corinthians. With Corinthians, they have a lot of possession, so they both go over, okay? Very simple stuff. With this all World Cup, we went up more than 100 units in the World Cup. Soccer has been so amazing to us in the spring and summer months, guys. Let's keep it going, all right? All right, so for the second part of this play, we're going to take this MLB player, Javier Sanoja, and we're going to take him over 3.5 hitter fantasy score, all right, guys? Very simple here. He has been doing very well these past couple of games. You'll see versus the Brewers. I personally think the Brewers is one of the best teams in the league pitching wise. So sometimes when I see these Brewers plays, I don't really look into it very much because Brewers have really, really good defense. But some of these other games where he's facing the Astros and stuff, he has been killing it, okay? And what I really like about this, guys, is you know what I'm going to say, is that look at his hits, runs, RBIs. It is not a green goblin, but it's at 1.5, okay? So we saw yesterday someone was hits, runs, RBIs at a green goblin. His line was 5.5. Now his line is 3.5. This player is 3.5, and his line for hits, runs, RBIs is 1.5, okay? So PrizePicks is telling you right now that hits, runs, RBIs is a 50-50 for him to either go under or over. That is why they set the line at 1.5. And his line right now is 3.5 for hitter fantasy score. Now, if you get one hit, you're going to get 3, okay? So you just need one more hitter fantasy score to go over. That can happen in the form of a walk. That can happen in the form of a stolen base. That can happen in a lot of forms. And you'll actually see that right here. If you look right here early in July, a lot of these games versus the Mariners, he misses and he only gets one hit, run, RBI, but he actually is hitting pretty much every game. And the reason being, I believe, is because of walk. Actually, it's not because of walk. Is it doubles? Maybe it's doubles. Yeah. So if he gets a double, if he gets walked, all of these things can add to his hitter fantasy score, whereas that would not contribute to his hits, runs, RBIs, as you will see right here. Okay, guys. So again, you'll see that he gets a double on this game in the 5th, and he only gets one hit, run, RBI, but he gets a lot of fantasy score from that because a double is counted more for hits, runs, RBI. For hitter fantasy score than it is for just a hit, run, RBI. And that is why even in yesterday's pick, if that guy would have got a double, he would have gotten more of the fantasy score there. Okay. So thank you guys so much for watching. This is going to be our play of the day. I appreciate you guys for tuning in every day, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.